time, effort and money, and just the sheer drive of wanting to be here and be part of it and do my best, literally. It's actually irrational, but you need to be irrational to do something on this level and just push through, because you can't be the best if you don't.
Welcome to Road to World Time Attack Challenge 2024, presented to you by Supercheap Auto. We're here at Winton Raceway to talk to Laine Brandis, the owner and driver of the Brandis Racing R32.
Hi, I'm Laine Brandis. I'm the driver for the Brandis Racing R32 Skyline. Okay, it's an R32 GTST Skyline, so it's rear-wheel drive. It's actually a four-door grocery getter, but we've taken the rear door out, composite panels there. It's a Racetech billet 2.7 litre turbo engine, just shy of 1,000 horsepower, about 9,500 RPM, with Samsonite cog box, MCA suspension, Motec ECU and componentry, and a lot of Sydney composite aero.
Laine, what is your personal racing experience? Where did it all start?
I started drifting back in the day, a long time ago now. Did that for about 8 years. Got to national level, did that for about 4 years. Then started in circuit racing or time attack, and it's grown into this now. At my last drift event, I put it into the wall, and I had an R32 four-door there, and a mate already had this one all painted, panelled and beautiful, just hadn't put it together, so I bought it painted, caged, brand new, just with nothing on it. I got to a point where I had to build a new car anyway, and I got sick of people banging in my doors, so I thought I'd put the money into making the car faster rather than fixing it. And it's also just a new challenge. You know, I just wanted to see where I could go and what I could do with it.
And what was it like going from drifting to time attack?
Initially I actually found it quite boring until it started getting really, really fast. You know, you go from 140 k's an hour sideways banging doors next to someone. And then you sort of, as you get faster like we're doing now, yeah, you sort of push the limits, and that's what it's all about, the adrenaline and things like that. So it's good now. Oh, look, some people probably say I still can't change a wheel, but no, I can. Look, it's like anything, you have to develop the skills. Part of doing anything at this level, you have to have half a clue. Look, I put it off as long as possible, but I started off by wheels, suspension, you know, now I'm learning technology, data, things like that. So I've got somewhat of a clue, but honestly, I still lean on a really good team.
And what is the time attack scene like in Perth?
It's good, a lot of sprint days, but cars of this level don't come around too often, definitely in Perth. But it's very competitive, and a lot of people get into it. There's a monthly thing. We used to have WA time attack. So yeah, it's growing, and everyone loves the big, bad, fast cars. So I think that attracts a lot of people.
So what kind of skills did you have to develop to race in time attack?
Keep it straight, basically. I was very, very aggressive on the throttle, and also braking. Obviously, braking in racing is a big thing, and just developing that skill to actually find the art of it and get time out of the car is probably the biggest things.
So you travel across Australia and make that long journey to Sydney for the World Time Attack Challenge. What is that journey like?
Yeah, it's good. It was a big experience. 4.5 days driving to Sydney last year, and then obviously do the event and back. I was so exhausted I got a mate to drive back, to be honest. But yeah, we're a long way from anywhere. Most isolated city in the world, Perth. So just to get across the Nullarbor is 2 days, and then you add the rest. The biggest thing is parts and just availability to fit everything in the back of a tow car. For example, we're doing this Oz Time Attack, and then we're going straight to World Time Attack, and give or take, we've got everything in the back of a tow car that we think or we can fit in, and if we don't, we've got to buy it, fix it, or make it. But it's a good experience. It's part of it for us now because we don't know any different.
Throttle, shift lights. Watch the lights. Watch the lights.
And what was the timeline like from when you first got the car to where it is now?
5 years. 5 years, yeah. It took us a bit to sort of start pushing. I messed around a bit just at the said time attack days or sprint days to see where I liked it. And then we started, obviously, through World Time Attack. You could just see where it was developing. We developed our own aero and things like that, you know, on a real basic level. And then we moved into the bigger stuff later on.
Could you tell us about any major setbacks that you've had with this car?
Lots. Everywhere from engines to, you know, smashing our first carbon splitter into the ground in one lap. Look, a lot of this knowledge that's needed to run a car at this level just wasn't locally sourced. So therefore, you know, I branched out and actually sourced that. Brad from Racetech's been fantastic. Greg from Sydney Composites now helps along. It's not just the parts, it's the after-sale service, you know. And you grab all that knowledge and have to put it in to get to a car of this level. When we first smashed our first splitter into the ground, I actually decided to ask someone and reached out to Extreme GDR. Thank you, Michelle, put me on to Brad. Or I should say you owe me, or I owe you. But straight away we clicked. I just liked the way he talked and everything. His knowledge, the way he talks, there's no if, but, maybes. He's been there, done that. And look, I couldn't be at this level without him. I'm open book with something like this because it's not my thing. I'm not the best, and I haven't grown up driving cars since go-karts. So I listen and put into practice what I can.
So what are some recent challenges that you've had to face?
We had a pretty tough start, basically, to our prep. You know, obviously everyone does upgrades and that. We had an ABS failure where we smoked 4 tyres and put it in the sand and smashed some carbon. Then we got rained out 4 times in a row when we tried to hit the track. We had to redo the head because I love the limiter too much. And 4 days before we came, we smashed our carbon bonnet in half. So we've had to glue that together with aluminium, make it look half pretty, but I'd rather race ugly than just be pretty. So we're here.
And in times like those, how did you overcome those challenges?
Time, effort, money, and just the sheer drive of wanting to be here and be part of it and do my best, literally. It's actually irrational, but you need to be irrational to do something on this level and just push through, because you can't be the best if you don't. I just like to push. Whatever I choose to do, I just like to push. And I know the good thing is, with this, I know I'm the limitation of the car. And I never want to be a car limited and me not. It's a mental thing. You know, it's learning, it's trusting the car, feeling the car. You've really, really got to be on these things. There's no mucking around, otherwise there's second dropped every corner. You just got to trust in the process. I'm not the best at pushing straight off the bat. I'm not a natural driver, but bit by bit I just edge it, and then I ended up just slamming it and see if it sticks.
So in that, what are you planning to achieve here at World Time Attack 2024?
I just think the field's fantastic for a start. You've got everywhere from, you know, the Gas Evo, Extreme GDR, with Tim Slade, you know, right through Dream S15. You know, they're the real top-notch cars. Met some great people last year, so if we can start to push them, it'd be great. Long way in front, but doesn't mean you can't chase them down. Oh, look, I think it's come to a point where you just have to have your own objectives and achieve a time that you want, right? We have that in mind. It's initially a sub 30, 130. If we can't do that, I probably shouldn't turn up the next year. Look, if I had a podium this year, that something bad had happened after. Look, I'd love to be there, but in all honesty, I'm a guy that's a realist. You know, if we can push for a top 5, that'd be fantastic. And take steps. You know, this is only going to be my second year. It'd be great. Every boy comes out and says they've got a dream, right, to win. And if you don't dream like that, you shouldn't be here. But I'm a realist. If we can make top 5, push hard and put on a show, it'll be great. But look, I'll put it out there. The car can do it. It's just whether I can.
And how do you think Open Class has evolved over the years, and how was your journey in adapting to that?
It's an interesting because, yeah, it just keeps going in leaps and bounds, but over the last 2 years, it's really taken a massive, massive step. You know, a car like this would probably be somewhere up the top previous to those, but if everyone didn't advance, it wouldn't be the competition that it is. So to see it really be pushed so hard, so quickly is, I think, great.
Are there any changes to the car this year that you can share?
Yeah, look, obviously last year was our first year. You know, we probably should have done a little bit better anyway, but we couldn't run the engine full power. We just had a few limitations there. We had chassis imbalance that we couldn't fix at the track. Probably a driver errors along the way too. But look, we put new aero on. Between the aero and suspension tweaks, we've got the chassis balance a lot more sorted. We can run full power now. I've had a few more cracks in a sim and half an idea now. So I really think we can sort of push through. Funnily enough, I'm not a genuine motorsport geek or fella or whatever you call it, but this just attracted me from day dot. I love the cars. I love winding it up as hard as it can go. The lackey band's wound up, big wings, big aero. It was my first event. I've never been to watch. I always watch the live stream. The event was as good as everyone always said it was, which is great because it doesn't always happen. So it was not just the driving, it's not just the challenge. The event was great, the people were great, and that's why I'm coming back.
What message would you have for other people looking to get into time attack at your level?
Don't do it. No, in all honesty, honestly, choose your goals, right? Everyone's got different levels. Everyone wants to achieve different things within, and that might develop along the time. What you think is important to you at the start may develop, may not. Everyone's got different budgets. So honestly, choose your initial goal, make a goal, try and achieve it. No, it's not easy, but honestly, it's worth it. You know, what else are you gonna do? Sit on the couch and tell a story. What am I gonna do? Make your own story, follow it, do it, be awesome.
It's super at Supercheap Auto.